Okay, quick recap. These are box plots. And what do they represent? They represent the 5-number summary, and that is the minimum value at each of these left-hand bars, correspondingly the maximum value each of the right-hand bars. Then this one in the middle of each is the median, and then you've got the most awkward ones. You've got, I mean, it's not that awkward, but it's just a little bit more awkward. 25% of the way through the data here is your lower quartile. Okay, so in this case it's here, and then this one here is your upper quartile. So these here are your upper quartiles. And this tells you through 5 numbers about the spread of your data, because basically we've got 25% of the data, 25%, 25%, 25%, and so you get a bit of a feel for what's going on through just these 5 numbers. So if I want the range of the Fantastic Frogs exhibition, what I need to do is work out the maximum. And this is going to be 50 here, so I can see there's 5 little boxes. It's going up by 2 each time, and therefore this is going to be 46, the maximum. And I'm going to need to minus the minimum. So I'm going to do very similar. It's going up by 2, so it's going to be 4, and I'm going to get 42 as my range. Which exhibition were visitor times the most consistent? Give a reason for your answer. So this is about the least spread. If I can fit all my data into the smallest kind of times, then it's going to be very consistent. And what it's looking for is World War I. So this has the smallest range, as we can see, and it has the joint smallest IQR. Actually, it's the same as the Philippine Revolution, but the fact that it's got the smallest range would mean that overall it is the most consistent. So 1 mark for saying it, but I think it will expect a reason as well. I prefer the fact that it's the smallest range, because actually it doesn't have the smallest IQR, but you might still, you might comment that it's the same as the Philippine Revolution interquartile range. Remember, the interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. It tells you about the middle 50% of the data. Give a similarity and difference between the distributions of the visitor times for the origins of the steam engine and the Philippine Revolution. So these ones here, and there's numerous answers that you can give. You do need to give one of each. So here's some possible answers. They have the same median value. We can see that here. That's a good one. Difference, there's less variation in the visitor times for the Philippine Revolution. We see there's a smaller range, a smaller interquartile range. So those 2 look quite good. You could also say they have the same minimum value. So actually there's lots of answers, but they do need to be in context. Okay, is it possible to work out from the box plots which exhibition has the most visitors? Well, I said at the start the fact that it's a 5-number summary and it tells you about the spread of the data. It doesn't actually tell you about the number of visitors at all. So the answer is no, as there is no indication of total numbers who visited each. That data is lost in a box plot. A box plot is just a very simple way of looking at the spread of data.